Hello everybody. Okay, this is your science video for Tuesday, April 21st. We're going to start learning about the layers of the Earth, okay, and the Earth's structure. Um, if you go to page 388 in your packets, you'll see a picture of the Earth's layers. Um, it says inside the earth on top of the page. Okay, we're on page 388. Um, there's there's four layers of the earth. Okay, the crust is the most outer layer. I almost like to think of it as a pie. When you think of the crust, it's the outside of the pie. Okay, that's where we're standing on. Okay, after that is the mantle. That and on mine, yours isn't colored, but mine, you could see it's orange color. That's the mantle. Then we have the outer core, and then the inner core, which is the very center of the earth. Okay, and as you get closer and closer to the center, it gets hotter and hotter. Okay, the center of our earth is extremely hot and full with molten lava. Okay, now before we can answer these questions on page 388, we're going to have to read through page 388 and 389, okay? It's going to tell us a little bit about each layer of the earth, okay? So I'm going to start reading. Follow along with me. I'm going to start in the blue at the top of the page where it says, have you ever dug a hole in the ground? So find that sentence. Have you ever dug a hole in the ground? Have you ever dug a hole in the ground? What do you think you would find if you could dig a hole all the way to the Earth's center? Well, it's not really possible to dig a hole to the center of the Earth, but scientists have done research with technology to learn what is beneath the Earth's surface. Earth is a sphere made up of very different layers. Okay, so remember from math, we learned a sphere is a 3D version of a circle. Okay, it's basically a ball. Okay, what we're going to be doing is identifying each Earth's layer by its description, and then we're going to draw a line from our answer to that layer on the diagram. Okay, and write underneath what the name of that Earth's layer is. Okay, but before we do that, we have to flip to page 389. Now, just like your social studies, there's page 387 in here. That was from before spring break, so don't just disregard that. We're not reading that. Okay, so you're going to page 389. Okay. If you look closely at a slice of bread, you'll see that the crust is very thin compared to the inside of the bread. The same is true of Earth. Earth's crust is its rocky outer layer. The crust is hard and made of many minerals. Earth's crust is the thinnest under the oceans and thickest around under mountains. Okay, that makes sense. Mountains are very dense and thick. The crust makes up only about 1% of Earth's mass. Okay, so that's 1 out of 100% of the Earth's total mass or weight. Okay, the layer below the Earth's crust is the mantle. The mantle is the thickest layer, making up about 2/3 of the Earth's mass. The mantle contains some liquid rock, but is mostly solid. High heat and pressure in the mantle cause it to flow slowly like warm plastic. Okay, so if you could think of plastic melting, and it's kind of not liquid but not solid, it's kind of in between. Okay, and then at the center of the Earth is a core made up of metal. The inner core is solid iron and nickel. The outer core is molten liquid metal. The metal core makes about 1/3 of Earth's mass and extremely hot. Like I said, that's the hottest part of the Earth is the inside of it. This page 389 gives you a better breakdown, I think, a better visual of how much each layer takes up, okay? You could see how much the mantle takes up right here. It takes up most of it, okay? So let's go back to page 388, okay? Let's try to answer some of these questions. What is the largest portions of Earth's interior, meaning the inside, okay? Like I said, we have a really good visual on page 389, and your descriptions are what we just read, okay? We have the mantle and the outer core and the inner core are your choices. What layer is made of molten metal? Okay, what layer is made out of solid iron and nickel? And then finally, the thin rigid rock layer. What is that called? Okay, so I want you to go back to page 388, fill in underneath the name of the layer of the earth, and then draw a line to the picture, okay? All right, and then on page 389, it says you could learn different things from these two diagrams of Earth's layers. Explain the difference, okay? So I just kind of gave you a bit of a hint before. This shows more of a whole picture of the Earth, right? It kind of shows the whole, as if we slice the Earth open, right? This does kind of a really good job of showing how thick each layer is. Also, if you notice up here, it shows that it's thicker underneath the mountains, just like we read about, and then thinner. The Earth's crust is thinner by the ocean, okay? Okay, so I want you guys to go back and answer those questions. And then also there's a Brainpop video that accompanies this that'll give you some more visual instruction and hopefully explain things a little bit better if you didn't understand them completely from my instructional video and the reading. So I want you guys to go back and do the questions on page 388 and 389, and we'll pick science up actually tomorrow, okay? So I'll look for my next instructional video in science for tomorrow, and I will put the link to the Brainpop video at the end of this video and in the description of this video. Okay? Thanks for watching.